Starting. Hello there. I'm Joan Turner from the Great Havel Arts Association. And we have been running something called a Meet the Artist. And today we have with us Melissa Morrison, not only a cool artist, but she's also my friend, which is kind of nice. And I've been doing these Meet the Artist podcasts for a while, and they're for our GHAA members. And a lot of them I've never met before. So this gives me a chance to get to know them. But you, I know very well. And we hang out and spend some time together. It's very cool. But before I start talking to you, I want to let people know Greater Havel Arts Association has been doing online virtual demos, and we're celebrating our 50th year anniversary. So we have a lot of that cool stuff going on. And we have a free newsletter if people want to sign up for that, so that they know what we do have planned and what's going on. So they can go ghaa.art, right?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
That is correct.
Then the website is www.havelartsassociation.org. And then there's another one, info at.
That's the email address.
Oh, that's the email address. Well, yes. See, you're talking to the right person here then. She knows all this cool stuff. So we have a lot of cool things going on. So strongly encourage everyone to check us out, because we are cool as anything. So, and we have a blast. So as I say, this is Melissa Morrison, multi-talented artiste and good friend. So I've been trying to get her on here now for quite a while. So persistence won out, and here she is. Hello, Miss Melissa. How are you, baby?
Hello, Joni. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. You're so welcome. So I have to ask, how did you first become interested in art? Inquiring minds want to know.
So I think, like a lot of people, it started. I just remember always creating things with my hands, making things with paper.
Like even when you were young, like my mother used to complain. She'd say, ever since you were old enough to hold a crayon, you started writing all over everything. So when you were young, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I was an only child, so I think that was.
That explains a lot. No, kidding.
Yeah, it was a big component for a way that I filled my time, because I didn't have another companion to find that time with. So I would, my parents were working and I would be waiting for them, and I always had a piece of paper and a pencil and a pen, and I'd make a lot of things. I actually wound up finding a big box of old papers that I had created for my father, and I don't remember any one of them, but they're definitely mine. And a lot of them, like, I made like pop-ups, I made like cutouts. I did kind of some inventive things for being so young. I was like impressed with myself.
You should be. I'm impressed with you big time. So did you ever have a mentor? Like, how did you go about learning? Like, once you realized, okay, I'm really into this, did you have a mentor, someone who kind of inspired you, or how did you learn? What happened to you? Yeah.
So it started, I think, one of my aunts, who is also a graphic designer, gave me my first art set, and it was the one that came with like pastels, colored pencils, like all that stuff, and I was like enamored by all the colors. So I think even though she really just like started me on that path in the way that she gave me the tools to do that.
Yeah.
And knowing that she had a graphic design background, she's actually now a full-time artist.
It's kind of in your family.
Yeah. So it started there, and then my parents signed me up for a drawing class and a painting class when I was in middle school.
Nice.
So that was kind of my next step, and he was very informative. His name was Mr. Hurwitz out of Marblehead, Massachusetts.
I love it that you remember his name.
Yeah.
It's amazing how support from people you admire. I can remember in junior high, my art teacher actually asked if he could buy one of my paintings, and I like almost fell on the floor. And I'm like, just the fact that you want to pay for it means more to me than anything you could ever give me money wise. And,
Yeah.
I just got done reading a book called Nudge, and it just talks about exactly what you're talking about. How, when you were young, someone gave you an art set, and according to this book, it kind of nudged you in a certain direction. And
Yeah.
the book talks about nudges, and this is very cool to see it in action.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then after I worked with Mr. Hurwitz, as I got a little older, I, was like I was in high school, I would take classes at the MFA in Boston.
Oh, nice.
That was before college. And so I kind of got more of a fundamentals there. We did a lot of, study with the form and shape, and I
Nice.
also did sculpture with them. So, yeah, and then I wound up going to school for graphic design. So it
Very
was
cool.
actually good to have the drawing and the fine arts background to kind of fall upon.
For sure.
Yeah,
I know that you do other things besides drawing and painting.
I do.
And where does your inspiration come from? Where are you most inspired? Like, you're kind of like me in that you have a number of different interests. So what inspires you?
It's a really good question because it is quite diverse. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think my inspiration comes from like kind of what I'm missing. Like if I'm missing like using my hands or playing with my hands because I'm on the computer too much, then I'll be like, oh, what can I create?
I have the need to pick up that brush.
Yeah, so I think that's part of it. I love color.
Uh-huh.
It's a way to just bring color into my life and just express. Yeah, there's just something so potent about bringing beauty and color to the world that I think inspires me.
Every now and then the audio skips a word. I mean, I can figure
Oh,
out what you're saying, but I'm getting just a little bit of skip here, and there.
it could be my Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was going to say, besides artist, she's also our resident web person. If we have any computer problems, we call Melissa. Melissa, something's happening.
I
So,
do what I can.
yeah, you do. And you do a great job. Great job. So, so what, I know it changes from time to time, but what's the best, most fun thing for you in creating your art? What's the best part?
I think just releasing that creative energy, just kind of letting it flow and coming out with a finished product and hopefully inspiring others and bringing joy
Well,
and
that you
happiness to their
do.
life.
That you do inspire. I have a 7-year-old cousin who has seen some of your dotted mandalas. Yeah. Oh, that's really beautiful. Dear, can we do that too? And I go, absolutely, honey. So you're definitely inspirational.
I
And
love
I
that.
know lately you've been doing a lot of dotted mandalas. And I see some behind you over there. So are
Yeah,
you willing to show off a little bit?
I sure am.
Good girl.
So this is probably one that's more the least abstract of all the ones that I have. So this is a feather that I created using the dotted mandala paintings
Technique.
style.
Put it even closer. See if we can go even closer. Ah, yep. Okay. I see it really, really good now. And you know something? You and we did some dotting and stuff together, and you have done so much more that hers are like totally better than mine, but don't tell them I said so. So does that one have a title?
Um, I don't remember what it's called. It does have a title.
Title. Oh.
It has a title, something with feathers in it, but
Okay.
a lot of these will actually be on display at GHAA's in April in May and June.
May and June. Okay, very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Let's see. Here's another more abstract. that close enough?
Oh, nice. Even closer, go even closer. I got to see every single dot in there. I absolutely love that. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I think what I find the most joy in with doing the mandalas is I'm not exactly sure how they're going to begin. And
Or
I
how they're
just,
going to end, I bet. They kind of
right,
grow.
or how they're going to end. And
Yeah.
it's bringing different colors together and seeing how they play and come together. And it's kind of magical in the sense that, like, it kind of just comes together.
I totally agree. You know, you might have a basic idea when you start out, but then as you're kind of going along, it's like, oh, it needs this, or it looks like it needs that, or it wants to go in this direction or that direction. I totally love them. They're very addicting, are they not?
Oh, for sure. Actually, Joni, you were the one who introduced me to it.
And yeah, and now you're much better at them than I am. You know, I look at her dots and they're like perfect dots. Mine are like squishy and all over the place, all that good stuff. But
Well, that's
it's a
okay,
beautiful,
because
beautiful.
everyone has their own, like, that's the beauty of art, is that everybody has their own style and puts their own spin on everything.
That's right. Mine is
Yeah.
squishy dots.
I like that.
I see another one back there. Can we see it?
Which one?
I see the one that looks like wine glasses. That one.
So actually, yes. So this one is actually
Tulips.
flowers,
Beauteous, beauteous.
but I did get a commission to have this turned into wine glasses, which I did.
Really? That is
Yep.
awesome.
So that one's off to its owner.
Off to its owner.
But I was inspired with that one by the Spanish tiles. I really like the geometric shapes of them.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of where that one came about.
Okay.
So, yep. There's another guy, which is actually a color palette. I usually don't play around with too much.
That's one of my favorites. It's had, you know what? Besides dots, you have some strokes in there that are kind of, what do you call those? Pulled dots? What do you call the ones that have tails on them? They look like commas.
Swooshes?
What are they called?
I call them swooshes.
Swish. That's right. Okay, I've heard swishes. Those are cool. Show the swishes again so people can see them. Okay, so the part that she's talking about is those dots that have kind of tails on them.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are called swishes.
So
what are you painting on? Tell people
like
what you're
the
painting
green
on.
part here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that there's some kind of paint is better than others. All right. So for that, you're using acrylics, yes?
Yes. So honestly, the craft paints I find are the best to use.
Because of the
Because
viscosity of it.
Yes. They tend to be a little bit they're a little bit looser than the higher grade acrylics.
I think so, because I was using like my good acrylic paints and I'm like, okay, my dots are all over the place and Melissa's look perfect and blah, 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 and this and that. And when I asked you about it, that's exactly what you said. I'm using craft paints. The consistency is better for the dotting. So as soon as I started that, my pictures improved. So what's your now, I have dotted on all kinds of things, wood, canvas. What are you dotting on? Tell people what you're doing over there.
So the ones I showed you there are all on the canvas panels.
Okay.
So they're the skinny pieces. Yeah. I like those better than the canvas.
Why?
board.
Why? Because someone asked me that, and I'm like, I don't know.
So I like them because I feel like there's when you're doing it with the canvases, there's a little give as you're dotting.
Okay.
So the precision isn't quite as fine.
That's the best answer I have ever heard. You're absolutely right. What a smart.
Yeah, that's the main reason. And then but like it also depends, like some canvases don't bend as much as others, but like this is on a thicker canvas.
A wrapped canvas, right?
A wrapped canvas.
Wrapped canvas.
Wrapped canvas. This
and
one.
And that's part of a set, yes?
Yeah, I have 3 of these. The middle one's a little bit different than the other guys.
Those
I
are
have
so cool. I remember
all
you
of them.
working on those. Those are awesome.
Yeah, these are fun. But
So
this canvas wasn't as bouncy as other canvases, so I think
uh-huh.
it also depends on the brand of canvas.
True. Very true. A lot of students use student grade canvases, and you're right, they're a little bit looser.
Hmm.
And you know what? We just did a demo with Tracy Miola, who is extremely cool. And what she told me, and I did not know this before, I was like, duh, I've been teaching for 40 years, is that if you put a couple of layers of gesso over the canvas, then you don't see the texture of the canvas at all. So I'm like, I am so going to try that. I'm like, I did
That
not
makes
know
sense.
that. So
Yeah,
that's something that we have to try as well. Okay, so you
that's true.
said, these are for sale, right? I know some of them are already sold, but if people are interested in them, they can contact you, and they're for sale, correct? All
Yep,
right.
yep,
And I know you're showing in G's, but tell people where G's is. It's a restaurant.
yep. It's in Haverhill. It's on the main strip in the downtown
Haverhill.
area.
I'm wondering if that is that
Um,
Washington Street? I think it's
yes, thank you,
Washington
Washington
Street.
Street.
Okay, so
Yep,
if people want to see your work in person, they can go there and see them, or they can call you directly or get on your website or whatever. Okay.
yep.
So,
There is there is also an art walk happening. So it's every weekend, I believe, during the month of May in Haverhill.
are you going to be part of that?
Yes. So
Hey,
I just happen to be in G's during that time.
okay.
So that's where,
Very
but
cool.
there will be other artists all around town that are live artists doing live demos
Hmm.
as well as just art to see. So it's a great time to get out and about.
And see everything. Plus, the
Yeah.
weather's starting to get nice now. So, but you'll actually be there so people can meet you, correct?
I might be. We haven't we haven't finalized details on that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure you let everyone know because,
Hmm.
you know, uh, those pieces are absolutely beautiful. And I know that besides dotted mandalas, you do jewelry and all kinds of other stuff. And inquiring minds want to know, do you have anything back there to show us, young lady?
I do have some jewelry. Um, so these were like they might be hard to see because they're in the plastic.
Oh,
But
those are gorgeous.
thank you. I just find I'm able to use my hands in a little bit more of a craftsmanship way. So
They're very cool.
I think that's kind of what draws me towards switching things up now and again.
Okay, so are you just doing the artwork on these pieces? And you're not creating the actual, like, I know some people actually do the metal work and stuff. Are you?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I these are all just bought things that I put
Oh my
together.
God. Those are beautiful. I love the
Yeah.
colors in that.
But it did inspire me to maybe start doing some mandala earrings.
I, you know something, when you were showing that last pair, I thought to myself, that's almost mandala-like. So you can see you kind of switching over to that mode in your work over there. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Very cool, very cool. What else you got back
yeah.
there?
I have more earrings. This one's a little geometric one.
Oh, cool.
And what I love about these two is they're super lightweight. So you can
Well,
wear them all day.
yeah, that's a good thing to consider. I had my ears pierced, like, and I have 3 holes in each ear. But this ear, the holes are actually lower in my ear. So if I wear anything heavy, it really pulls on. So
Oh
I
yeah,
actually cannot wear heavy earrings in that ear
yeah,
unless I want to
that's tough.
repierce them, which I do not want to repierce them.
Yeah,
So
I'm an
yeah.
earring girl, so
Yeah, you are an earring girl for sure, for sure. Okay, so I have to ask you, which of your art is your favorite? Do you have a favorite? I actually do have favorites. I mean, I like, I can't kind of do anything or give away or sell anything I really don't like, but I definitely have favorites. Do you have favorites? What are
there
your
are a
favorites?
couple favorites I have.
Which ones
Um,
are your favorites?
I don't have one So the first one I thought of was a collage I made in high school, which is at my parents' house.
Nice.
But it was all made of the New Yorker, the
Oh,
cover
cool.
images from the New Yorker.
Cool, cool, cool.
So that was a really cool, fun project. So I love also mixing things like mixed media art. So I love the culmination of different things coming together.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then I also did a sculpture in high school that won an honorable mention with the
Really?
Boston Scholastic Art Awards. Um,
Congratulations. So you from
so
way back when you have been recognized, which is nice.
yeah,
And
so
all
that
those
was
things nudge you in the right direction. I like it.
yeah. So that's in my other room. I don't have it in here, but that was another thing. One of the latest ones I did that I'm super proud of is this mandala.
Oh,
The
oh my God. The
I just
colors
really
of that look like Native American almost. That's beautiful. And that one has a lot of swipes. What did you call it? Not swipes. Did you call them?
swooshes,
What are they?
swooshes.
Swooshes, swooshes. That one has
Yeah.
lots
So
of swooshes.
yeah. So like these guys are the swooshes, like
Yes,
the yellow
that's
and blues,
gorgeous.
and it just
Very.
gives a neat effect.
Okay,
There's
so how do you make a swoosh? You do a dot first and then you
so
pull it.
there's a couple of ways that I've seen how to do it actually. The way that I did these is that you dot and then you kind of pull it. But there's other people who actually pipe paint, kind of like you're piping a cake.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You and I
Yeah.
discussed that very lightly.
They call it a cone,
Oh,
and they'll cone the paint, and it's nice because it flows a lot differently.
I bet you can probably make a lot of swirls, but I wonder the paint must have to be very thin to do that, right? Have you
Um,
tried it yet? I have not tried it.
I haven't tried it yet, but I've
We
been
got to
watching
try it. We got
a
to
bunch of
try that.
people. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It looks fun. So I think that's going to be my next venture.
And do you always frame your work?
I don't always frame my work. It really
Okay.
depends on how it speaks to me
Yeah.
and also what my client might prefer if
Uh-huh.
they ask for it to be. I
Frame.
actually found these cool canvas panels at Michael's, and some of them have on the back they have two little legs that you can pull out, so it'll just
Oh,
be right
all
on.
right. Yes, I have seen them.
Yeah,
So they're like self-framing. They'll stand
yeah,
up.
exactly. Yep, they'll just stand
Right.
right up on the desk. So
'Cause that's what I was wondering. The canvas panels are so thin, they would be difficult to actually put up on a wall, like put hanging, like hardware to hang them.
yeah,
And
if they're not in there.
yeah, so, and I mean, the stretched canvases, I'm looking around my walls here. You can hang them easier without a frame because they have some depth to the edges of them. But you're
Right.
right, they are looser to actually do the dotting on. Very interesting, very interesting. So what's the most difficult part of art for you? Do you ever get like a slump or anything?
I sure do.
Do you?
All
Do
the
you?
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Okay. And a slump, what? Because you feel like doing something, but you don't know what you want to do, or you just don't feel like doing it at all. You need a break.
A little bit of both.
That's actually a good answer. That's a good answer. I have a lot of students, and students are doing all kinds of cool things like you. So every time I see something you do, I go, I want to do one of those. And then of course the other students the same way. So I don't actually have an artist block, but there are times when I feel like painting and sometimes when I don't. So I understand that. So that's a good answer. Yes and no.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Yeah. I think
experience a breakthrough? Like you're like, okay, I'm looking at this piece, something that you have, then one day I get a breakthrough and I go, aha, you have the aha moment. That happens
yeah.
to you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's times I feel like I kind of stall out on
Yes.
what I'm working on, and I find when I get to that point, it's best to just step
Let it go.
away, take a night off, or just do something else. Don't think about it, and then when you can reframe and come back with a fresh mind, usually it'll something new will come up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, plus a lot of times I'll look at something and I'll go like, oh, okay, this is not, looking too good. And then I'll come
Yep.
back to it the next day and go, oh, I didn't look that bad. So I mean,
Yeah.
the picture hasn't physically changed, but you obviously state of mind has, right? So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. I
good,
get that quite a bit.
good.
There are a few here that in the process I was like, I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
But now, like, going through all the motions and it's
yeah,
good.
they
It's good.
grow. They absolutely grow.
Hmm.
So, as an artist, in your opinion, what makes a piece of artwork successful?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I love asking artists that question because some people will say one that moves someone or gets across. So, what makes a piece successful to you?
I think it's anything that allows a person to view something either in a new light or in a way that they never might have seen something before.
Okay, cool. That's a yeah.
Yeah.
I like that answer. I have not heard that one before.
Oh,
So I
cool.
have to ask you, do you teach? If someone wanted to learn how to do mandalas, or you do other artwork as well, it's not just mandalas plus jewelry. Someone wanted you to teach them. Are you willing to take on students?
I'd be happy to. And I have done some classes like with my neighbors around town.
Nice.
Um, I know COVID's been a little bit of a damper on things, but
Starting to change a little bit.
it is, yeah. So I think so I've had some family members over, some neighbors over, and
Cool.
it's just a good time and everyone has a good time and learns something new, and I learned something new, and it's good.
Yeah, I have to say, when I started teaching art, I actually became a better artist myself. So it's always a two-way street.
It
So
really is,
yeah.
yeah.
So if people do want to contact you, buy something, to do consignment, whatever, how can they get hold of you, young lady?
So I have a website. It's Venti Creations. So
Spell it. Venti, VENTI.
yep, creations
Okay.
at or .com.
Okay.
And then my email address is melissa@venticreations.com.
Very cool. Do you have
And
Facebook, Twitter, other social media stuff?
I am on Facebook, same name, Venti Creations.
Cool.
And the reason it's called Venti Creations is that my maiden name was Venti, and it was always just a fun, cool name because it means 20 in Italian. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Family
so
is
it's a
of
little
Italian
different.
descent. 20,
Yeah.
20. And in numerology, just to kind of numerology, a 2 and a 0, it comes out to a 2. And 2 is a number of balance. So
Oh,
your family name means balance.
I like that.
How cool as anything? Okay,
Yeah.
so next question. How do you take, like, can you take like Venmo? What's your, how can people pay you? You had to accept Venmo or Zelle.
Yeah.
What are the
So I
options?
have PayPal and Venmo
Okay.
and always cash. So I'm
Dash.
always
What the heck is
accepting cash.
that? What are you
I
talking
know,
about?
right? But yeah, those are my main things. I am on Etsy, so if you go to my website and you want to shop, it'll bring you to the Etsy shop.
Okay. All right.
But I
So
don't keep that as updated as I probably should.
uh-huh.
So if there's ever something that you're interested in or you might have seen that you're not sure of, feel free to message me. And
Well, you are a true artist. We never keep our websites up to date unless you are the president of the Greater Able Arts Association. She
oh yeah,
does everything well. God love her. Only
amazing.
kidding, Ann. Only kidding. Yeah. So, but true artist, was too busy painting and doing all that good stuff to do the paperwork, right?
Yep.
You're
Yep.
like, oh, but it says this on your website, and you're like, "Ugh,"
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you have anything else back there that you would like to show us, my dear, or tell us anything more?
I think I went through most of what I have here, but
Excellent, excellent,
yeah,
excellent. So people
I
can
just say anyone who's interested in art, just do it
just do
and
it. That's
try
right.
not yeah, try not to let your mind talk you out of it, because it does to me all the time, and it's about pushing through. So
Well, you know something, that's a good point because a lot of people feel like they're not good enough. Because of the pandemic, I've been doing like a lot of tutorials, and I always make sure to mention that it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to enjoy it. You know, if you
yeah,
don't enjoy it, what the heck, don't do it, you know?
yeah,
But you're right, just do it. Just do it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
yeah.
Perfect.
I feel like the mandalas have been a good practice for me, because it's so easy to see where you've gone wrong, because it's essentially
Uh-huh.
supposed to be reflective of each other, but it's been a huge lesson of just letting it flow and not being perfect.
I think that's awesome. And you know, I love you dearly anyway. You can do no wrong in my eyes, my dear. You're absolutely perfect. So
Thank
I hope that everyone will take you up on your offer to look on your website because you have a lot of beautiful work there. So
you so much.
continued good luck. I love you dearly. And unless you have something else you want to tell us, we could be done, sweetheart.
I think we are good. But
Okay.
thank you so much for having me. And
You are so welcome. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. I know I've been harassing you about it for a while. So, see, harassment and persistence can pay off.
it
All
sure can. With the right
right.
person, it can.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, my darling. I will see you. I love you. And I will talk to you a little bit later.
Bye. Thank
Bye bye,
you.
sweetheart.